We are arriving ready to set up 20 mannequins in a record time of 60 minutes. That morning was just hectic and so fun and so full of emotion. We had 10 of us that went into Brisbane International Airport. We had 60 minutes, we had to set up 20 mannequins. Mannequins are always painful. They were fiddly, but we tried to just have a lot of fun with it. But yeah, getting those arms on and getting some of those outfits on in such a tight time frame, yeah, we worked hard. This is the first time something like that has happened for Queensland fashion. We handpicked those designers and it was really a way for us to showcase designs from Townsville to Gold Coast to Brisbane, showing off our colourfulness and the successful industry that we have. And being able to show that to thousands of people passing through the airport, it was amazing to be part of, and the team at Brisbane International Airport was so great at helping us get in there and helping that event come together. And it really is a reminder that we wouldn't exist with Brisbane Fashion Month without our amazing sponsors and supporters that we have. I mean, it starts really close with Laura Churchill, who's my co-director with me, our close working team with Isabel, with Kelsey, with Alex. Then we have our 40 or 50 volunteers that we have every year, and then there's all of the supporters and sponsors and everything from the modelling agency Chic to the hair and makeup, our hotel. And we really try and incorporate and include so many different companies so that we can come together and create a community that are all trying to support Queensland fashion. We had a specific night to give back and say thank you for our sponsors, a private runway event and a snapshot of what to expect for Brisbane Fashion Month 2017. Queensland fashion is just really so unique. Everything from our climate to our lifestyle, it's so different here compared to the southern states. We are colourful, we do wear lighter fabrics, and I think it's great to celebrate that. I love everything about Queensland fashion. I invite you to mingle and get to know each other and get ready for October.
Yeah, get ready.
Fashion Month's going to be really exciting. Thank you for coming. So yes, today is the 1st of October 2017, which marks the beginning of Brisbane Fashion Month for the year. I've just flown in from Los Angeles. We're heading off to pick up some garments from Queensland designer Isabella Longanu. We've got an interview straight up today in about 2 hours time with Professor Jimmy Choo, which is very exciting. Isabella is probably out of all of the Queensland designers that I love. I just really resonate with the garments that she makes, and sometimes I just feel like they're just made for me. So I really wanted to try and feature one of her outfits whilst I'm interviewing Professor Jimmy Choo today. We are joined with Professor Jimmy Choo, OBE, and we're going to have a candid chat about the fashion industry, success, and how to make it in the industry.
I think the mold is very important, the shape. That's why you see when people look at you, they look at shoe, what kind of shape you wear them, you know? When I'm designing a shoe, I want my shoe to be feminine, elegant, comfortable, and people still wear them. If you look back, the late Princess Diana, when she went to New York to the auction, the clothing auction, and she's still wearing my shoe. That shoe was 3-4 years ago when I designed for her. Which celebrity, which princess don't want to wear something new? I'm very lucky because when at a young age, my father, my uncle taught me all the skill. So I know how to designing, I know how to cut a pattern, and know how to finish a whole shoe with all the raw material. Making a pair of shoes is not a shoe, it's a piece of art. It's my country, Malaysia. When they are 8, 9 years old, the student can study my history. This one, I feel very proud, honored for my late parents, for all my friends, my family, and my school. Because when I talk about school, they taught me the design. They taught me how to improve my skill, you know. So I feel proud. I say thanks to my late parents, my teacher, my school, and the people who helping me. And my success is their successful. It's not me. Well, in here they're all very conservative, you know. They have the taste. I met so many beautiful lady, young lady, you know. They're very, very good, beautiful shoe, beautiful dress. You know, although because the city is very relaxing there. People are simple, but when they have a function, they dress very, very nice. You know, they have all the designer brand, even they support their own designer here. But I think very important, as myself travel different part of the world, I think Australian people should support their own designer. It doesn't matter they came out from the college, you know, they're working so hard, their parents give them so much money, you know, the teacher, the school wish them to be somebody. We should support them first. Like me, in the old day, you know, when I start my business, nobody know who I am. We have very famous people from Malaysia came over to London. A friend of mine said, look, go and buy a couple of shoes from Jimmy Choo. Oh no, it's got no name. What should I buy? If I buy somebody's name, I feel very proud. But now they say, well, I'm too regret. I should buy many pants. Those days I only sell 50 pounds. Now personal order, I had to charge $5,000 a pair. Now they say, oh, I very regret. But what in my heart, as a teacher, as a person, I want them, your own people, your own country people, support your own people designer. Like why should have a college? Why the teacher work so hard? Working in industry, come up to teach all the students. You must support your own country, your own people. Give them opportunity, you know. Then when he start a business, he can employ people. He can employ all the students, and he can bring economy for the country. This country, any country, they need economy to make the country grow, you know.
So we need patience, we need to educate,
yep.
And we need to support our locals.
It had to be love as well. It had to be a big heart. Think about me, you know, I'm not saying I'm a greater businessman, I'm a top designer, but I like to change myself. If I do something which I'm not doing, you know, in the right direction, I must listen to people much better than me. Give me some advice, I change. Then the world will be peaceful, right? We all have a parent, we all have the loved one, we all have a children. What we want is harmony together. Make the whole world peaceful and everyone look forward to go, you know.
Thank you so much. Yeah, really excited to be back in Brisbane, big month ahead. It's going to be lots of fun. I'm excited to see the team again and just all the work that we've put together. We've been dreaming up this event and this month since November last year, so it's just fantastic to see it all come together, and I'm excited to jump in. We've got 4 different runways, a statewide competition that we've launched for fashion design, millinery, fashion illustration, styling and accessories. We have got an amazing workshop with guest speakers flying in from Sydney to come and speak at that. The likes of Kelly Hush, editor from Harper's Bazaar, and we've got the head designer from By Johnny coming in as well. We have our pop-up store which is opening as well. We're bumping into that tomorrow. We've got over 20 Queensland only designers going into that store. So that's very exciting. What else? We've got a display, our First Nations display going into the Sofitel. It was a really fantastic collaboration with local Indigenous artist Robert Henderson. We were really excited to work on this project where we took his artwork, transformed that into sublimation into a fabric, and with entities like Billy Blue and their fashion students and Will Valla with his amazing suiting, we've created actual pieces of garments ready to go on the runway as part of our finale event. really exciting today. We're actually bumping into our Brisbane Fashion Month pop-up store. We've got a few labels that have already dropped their awesome garments in. Just as a reminder, the Brisbane Fashion Month pop-up store is uniquely Queensland labels. So we've got une pièce, which are these sexy rashies that have been dropped off, quite a few different colours, and we have got Raven Clan, which is a boutique menswear designer that's been dropped in. We've also got Sun Soaked, which has been dropped in, and this is again great 50 plus SPF swimwear, awesome. And Tyler, now he is a Townsville designer who has his designs in store as well. Sport Lamoda, great activewear for getting fit, and we have got Rosella's sleepwear. There is everything in Queensland from activewear, sleepwear, swimwear, all Queensland labels, so come in and support. We're heading over to the Sofitel. We're doing our final walkthrough, check of all the venues, meeting with our event manager to make sure that we're all on track for Brisbane Fashion Month. Good morning, Brisbane. Good morning, Brisbane Fashion Month workshop attendees. Thank you for coming today. Everything that I've tried to go through today, it's the troubles that I have found that people are talking to me about in the industry. Like, I don't know how to get in magazines. I don't know how to use influencers. I'm not sure, like, should I have a legal agreement for that? So I've really tried to build great content today, no matter what field that you're in at the moment, so that you can take away some great notes and bring it into what you're doing. So I will welcome Laura up to the stage, Laura Churchill, and our first two guests, Fleur and Asiya. Then we'll start our very first session. Welcome, ladies. Thank you.
Thanks, ladies. So first up, I wanted to ask each of you, what does a brand need to do to get into the media?
Stand out, don't be generic, or you will get lost in a sea of hundreds and hundreds of pictures.
The media aren't going to run a story on a new fashion label that has no point of difference.
Good morning, I'm Julia and this is Inka.
Ilana Fairfax as well as Aisha Robertson.
I think they just start looking at the top chicks and go, oh, okay, I'm going to copy exactly that, and if I follow that path, you'll succeed exactly the same way. But people do want to see individuality.
Work relationships are about connecting.
The website takes care of all the data journal requirements, images, descriptions.
Very tough business. If you don't have the passion and the desire and the drive, you aren't going to succeed. But I always say to young designers, you have to have a point of view, and that's how you capture our attention. It's doing something differently that we haven't seen before.
It's so relevant for us in Queensland to continue to have great information and insights from the rest of Australia, especially from Sydney and Melbourne, to help grow their businesses, which is really important in those beginning stages. So thank you so much.
Hello, Brisbane. Are we loving fashion? Queensland fashion, good to see so much colour.
Brisbane Fashion Month has launched a statewide competition to encourage our creatives, young and old. It was great this year with Brisbane Fashion Month. We've been able to add the Queensland Creative Competition with categories such as millinery and fashion design. We had designers as young as grade 11 and from as far as Gladstone and Mackay who sent pieces down to be part of the competition. Our resort runway for Brisbane Fashion Month was definitely a highlight this year. We were lucky enough to have the event opened by Fred Leone on Didgeridoo, who did a great acknowledgement to country, and we also had Sydney artist Mateo Charles fly in. He painted an icon, Anna Winter, in front of us in 10 minutes. It was a really fun way to launch the event.
My name is Carly Vidal-Wallace. I am the Director of Brisbane Fashion Month, and alongside my partner Laura Churchill, who I thought she'd be out the back preparing, but she is right here. I'd like to officially open and welcome you to the Resort Runway for 2017.
It showcases everything that we're really famous for in Queensland, our bright colours, our looser fits and our lighter fabrics. So we had swimwear up there, we had resort wear, brands like Mara Swim, Une Pièce, Sun Soaked, just to name a few. It was a great event. And so now for our finale event, we're excited to be at Brisbane BMW. Check it out.
We're just making the final preparations for tonight's show, so I'd love for you to come and have a look at the back. Heaps of designers in here. Isabella Longanu, one of my favourites, she does custom design. This is one of her new looks and I just love this print. We've got Sticks and Stone. They do organic cotton garments and are very into ethical production. So their garments are just really simplistic but really gorgeous, and they've got some great accessories to pair with these tonight as well. We've got Julie Tengdal's collection. This collection is based on waves and the ocean, so beautiful inspiration drawn from there and amazing silk fabrics as well. Chelsea DeLuca is another Queensland favourite, a really beautiful established designer. She's actually just started this year doing loungewear, so we've got a few of her pieces and they actually mirror some of her jewellery design. We'll be showing Chelsea's jewellery, which she's so well known for, of course, on the runway tonight as well.